Hello everyone, hopefully now you are in a good condition, happy and also healthy. Today I'm gonna give you an additional lecture about gymnosperm from your previous presentation regarding to gymnosperm. So I'm gonna give you a bit more information regarding to that. So gymnosperm, I just want to emphasize again the the name gymnosperm come from two words. The first word is gymnos. By the way, the word come from Greek word. So gymnos means naked, and then the second word. This is first. This is second. Sperm or sperma, and this means seed. So together they become naked seed. What it mean? What it mean with naked seed? So to know why it's become naked seed, let's see this picture. This is the picture from the strobilus tree, pine trees, a pine tree strobilus. Now, what we should concern is the position of the seed. So we have to picture here the picture of pine tree strobilus and then the picture of apple here. Now let's compare the seed. In the strobilus, the seed is directly exposed to the air, while in the apple, the seed is enclosed by a carpel. So from this true picture, we can see that this one is directly exposed, means naked, but apple seed is closed by something, means like having a cloth. So this is closed. So this is the reason why the name gymnosperm as a naked seed, because you can see again from the seed that the seed is naked or directly exposed to the air. That's from the name. And then the second thing that I want to emphasize is about the structure of the plant's body. In general, the structure of gymnosperm almost similar to eudicote or dicot or dicotyl. What is that? Because mostly every structure, starting from the root and stem and the leaves, they are closely related or almost similar in terms of structure with the dicotyl. But almost similar doesn't mean the same. So let's see the example of the stem right here. Last time we discussed about the structure of dicot, right? So we can see like here, this is the cross section from pine trees. Let's see from the outside into the inside. Inside is here. From the outside, we will always find bark, and then under the bark, or we will have epidermis if in a young stem, and then you will have a cortex here, and after the cortex you will find phloem, and then there is vascular cambium. So almost similar with dicot, right? And under the vascular cambium, you will find xylem. So literally, it's almost similar. What's unique here is that they have the structure what we call as resin canals. Like this, it's resin canal. So what is that? It's actually a structure that produces resin. How resin look like? Resin is look like this. This is resin, and we use this resin for many purposes, many chemical substances that we use come from resin. For example, the product of painting, we use resin. Some of the product in cosmetics, they use also resin. So this structure, which is resin canal, that produce this kind of substance. And this resin, it actually very useful for human. Like I told you before, there are so many function in resin that we can use for our life. That's the structure of the stem. And then in terms of another structure, for example, in the cycad, or in bahasa we know as pakis haji, the structure almost similar. So if we have, I will draw really quickly, draw the structure of cycad trees. If we see underneath inside the cycad tree or pakis haji, you will find a structure like this, almost similar to your dicot. So there is a phloem outside and then xylem inside. So again, the structure is almost similar to dicot, but not literally the same. That's for the structure of the stem from gymnosperm. Now let's see the reproduction. This is actually from your presentation, so I just want to enrich it a little bit. Yes, I do agree with this. In fine trees, we can have two different type of strobilus. The big one, mostly big in terms of size, is because we can see the size is so different. And what we commonly see, and mostly when we are a kid, we used to play this. This is the female strobilus or female conus. Yeah, that's the another name of strobilus is conus. And then the female, sorry, and the male is like this, and mostly it's smaller. So in terms of size, the female strobilus is bigger than the male strobilus. So in this is in one tree. We can see that in one tree they can have both male and female strobilus. This is the process of fertilization. In terms of fertilization, they do the fertilization by the help of the wind. So wind help them to do reproduction. Without the wind, they will not be able to reproduce. So let's closely look the detail how they do the reproduction. Starting from the male strobilus here, I believe you know from the previous slide that the structure of the male strobilus is like this. So let's see now. This is the male strobilus, and a male strobilus consists of inside the scale here. Inside the scale, there are so many scale, like small scale here. You will find what we call as microsporangium. Microsporangium is a box or a, a space for spore. Why it's micro? Because the size is smaller. Microsporangium. Inside this microsporangium, there are so many microsporocytes, and this microsporocyte will undergo meiosis to produce what we call as microspore. And the microspore will develop again into what we call as pollen grain. And pollen grain, we can see the structure. Inside the pollen grain, we can have a wings. Why the pollen grain have a wings? Because they need it for flying, because the reproduction helped by the air. And then inside, you will find two cells. The first one is generative cell, and then the second one is tube cell. The next process is that the generative cell will divide and they will make two cells. Okay, so they will make two cells. And what is that? The cell become spermatogenous cell, and then there is a sterile cell, and then the other is nucleus tube or tube nucleus. So when they grow, become something like this, we can say that they are the male gametophyte. So the male gametophyte will have a structure like this. when it has a spermatogenous cell, and then they will have the sperm cell inside here. Okay, so that is the male gametophyte. So now let's see the female one. Female one, bigger one, because of bigger, the spore, they have what we call as megasporocyte, and inside the megasporocyte there are megasporangium. Sorry, inside the megasporangium there are so many megasporocyte, and this megasporocyte will undergo meiosis and produce what we call as megaspore. From the meiosis there will be four, and from the spore the tree will degenerate, so there will be only one exist, and this one axis will develop into what we call as female gametophyte. It's become bigger, the size like this, and the female gametophyte, they will develop into what we call as archegonium, and inside the archegonium there is an egg. So now what happened after this process is there is a pollination. Pollination happen when this male gametophyte attach to this part. This is the male gametophyte. So this male gametophyte is here. So together they will do fertilization, and after that, after the fertilization, they will grow into an embryo, and this embryo will appear here, and it's become mature. When it's mature, it will develop a structure like this, so it has a seed and a wing, single wing. And when it's mature, and then the strobilus become dry, and then the wind will bring the seed spread. So the wind not only helping to do the pollination, but also the winds help them to disperse. So the wind will bring them, for example, this place, and from this, uh, this is a soil. When they have enough water and nutrients, so they will try to germinate, become a seed like this, become a sprout. And the unique things of this gymnosperm is that they have so many cotyledon, means mostly when we see dicot, we see two cotyledon, right? But in this case, they have so many cotyledon. So the sprout of gymnosperm, if you see, will be having structure like this, and this structure is cotyledon. So they have many cotyledon, cotyledon 1, cotyledon 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. So they have more cotyledons. So after that, they will grow and become the new pine trees. So that is the life cycle of the gymnosperm. In terms of type, I do agree with this. So this is what we call as Cycas rumpi. The appearance seems like a palm, and in our bahasa we call it as pakis haji, and mostly they are dioecious. What is dioecious means? The organ located into or organism, so they will be female, and also sorry, they will be male and female here, so it's wrong, so it will be female. So that is the meaning of dioecious, means they have separate organ into female and male organism. Second one is conifer. Coniferae, there are so many type of coniferae. We can have Pinus mercusi, and then we can also see many other type of pine trees. So mostly they are come from coniferae. And then ginkgo. This is very unique in terms of ginkgo because the species is only one and the one and only, which is only ginkgo biloba. And ginkgo biloba mostly can be found in the area that is located in like East, yes, East Asia, mostly in Eastern Asia. Like you can find it in Japan, Korea, and also China. And then the last is Gnetine. Gnetine, we have three actually. That the most common we can find it is the Gnetum or Melinjo, and then Ephedra and Welwitschia is quite difficult to find, especially in our environment because they have different environment. In our tropical countries, mostly we find only the Gnetum. Okay, so that's all in terms of the gymnosperm that I want to add you for this time. So hopefully it will give you some more information for your preparation for the next quiz. So again, thank you so much for uh, listening and also watching this. So again, good luck with your quiz next time. So I'll end up this explanation and see you again next time. Bye.